Alright, everybody, this is Eternal Blade here, and welcome back. We are working on our cruise cabin. So, I was looking at some of these reference images, and it looks like we may have to extend our scene a bit, so I want to quickly do that right now. Let's just take this and bring it out just a little bit, okay? Let's grab this here, and we'll just extend it out. The reason I'm doing this is because I think the couch would be just basically too small. That's sort of the reason. And then let's make this a bit smaller and just sort of center it over here. There we go. And then the next thing I wanted to do was sort of grab this, which is pretty close to the couch there, and maybe just shift it over a bit. Well, actually, let's leave that there. Let's actually grab the bed and just shift the bed over a bit. Okay, and because of that, we have to shift all that stuff over. So this should be, yeah, there we go. Everything we need. So that way the bed is sort of, a little bit over here. There we go. And that should be perfect. A little bit of space there. Yes, I think that's what we're looking for. Okay, and along with extending it on one side, we need to work on this, so we can just simply extend this desk piece out right here. Just like that. And then let's grab this thing here. And let's actually hide this. Maximize this viewport. We can hide selection and just hide the camera. Alright, so we need to almost assuredly just increase the size of these things here. So let's ungroup this. And just select these bits here and scale them out a bit. Okay, and now reposition them. Okay. And let's see, we may need to do a bit of shifting, so let's close the group. Oh, did we kill the group? Alright, let's group these. That's fine. Let's shift it over here. And then let us grab this, this, and this, and sort of move them over here. Okay, let's grab this and go into our top viewport and drag it over here. And finally, let's grab this piece and drag it to where it matches perfectly. There we go. And now we've got sort of a bit better length on hide all. There we go. Now things just sort of work a bit better. Before, it just seemed a bit off. Watch how you don't move the camera there. Okay. And then now we can move this down a bit more. Perhaps we can grab this and just sort of sink it back into the wall. There we go, like that. So just sort of making some general adjustments here. Nothing too big. And actually, we can make this gray, and we can delete this little piece right here. All right, so that I think I missed something up here. Yeah, this piece needs to be extended. So So let's go to our editable poly here and just zip it down to the edge. Perfect. There we go. Excellent. Now we are definitely looking more like the image. So that is what we wanted. Just perfect. Yes. Okay. So, actually, maybe we can. Just thinking, maybe we can increase the size of this table a bit. Not much, but a little bit. Okay. So next, I want to kind of work on. Let's see here. Let's do some pillows. Pillows are sort of interesting. So let's make a box. We'll just make it right here. About the size and shape of a pillow. Okay, and isolate the selection. And let's go to town. So that is definitely not a pillow shape. We're going to do a square here. So convert to an editable poly. And let's first just give it a connection there. Connection there, and probably connection here. Alright, now let's scale this out a bit, maybe. And let's sort of scale these inward, and then these ones a bit inward. Okay, we're just trying to make a pillow shape. And let's bring this, grab both of these verts, the top and bottom, and just bring them out a bit. Okay. Now let's quickly apply a Turbo Smooth modifier here. We'll give it 2 iterations. There we go. So now we're getting a pillow shape. Now let's start adding some loops to our pillow. So let's connect this. We'll slide it this way. Alright, let's see what that does. That should, yep, makes it a little bit stronger on one side. Or that makes the crease a bit more dedicated. And there we go. Now let's do it for all the sides here. Alright, perfect. So there we go. Now we've got very basic pillow. So now let's grab these, control click and chamfer. This will do is sort of give us our basic pillow edge, I guess. Control click and shrink. Let's extrude this puppy out a bit on the local normal. Okay, there we go. Not too much. This is going to kind of be the seam. Alright, so now we got the seam of our pillow. Now, let's take this edge here. Control click. I guess a couple of control clicks are necessary. Control double click. And let's bring these down a bit. And scale them all out, just because it was a bit too close. There we go. Very nice on the top, and let's redefine the bottom. Okay, so grab your lines here. Again, we're just control double clicking. And bring them up. And scale them out. Okay, that should solve that problem. Perfect. Got a nice fat pillow. Now what we need to do is let's actually apply a displace modifier here. Is this what we want to do? I think this is what we want to do. The problem is we're sort of displacing the whole thing. Maybe not a displace modifier. Maybe we want to do a let's do an FFD here real quick. What this will allow us to do is sort of, if we go in here to the control points. You just change little bits about the pillow. You know, move some of them up, out, just to break the perfect pillow syndrome. Okay, that should work. Maybe this one up a bit. Good. Now what we need to do is let's actually maybe do a noise. Okay, and we'll give it a little strength in the X, a little strength in the Y, maybe not so much, and a little strength in the Z, just to give it some crinkles. There we go. Now we have a crinkly pillow, and that actually should do perfect. So let's end isolation mode, and let us move our pillows sort of into position. Okay. So I guess what we want to do is simply rotate them up, sort of, maybe rotate them to the side. And let's delete the old pillows. Put the new pillows here. I think the pillows they have are a bit thicker, so we're just gonna plump up this pillow a bit. There we go. And let's simply copy the pillow. Okay. And we're gonna mirror it on the Z, just so we get the sort of backwards portion of it. Let's actually not mirror it on the Z. We'll work on that in a second here. So here we go. We have our two pillows, and they're sort of, I guess, standing up a bit straighter. Okay, maybe a bit more offset. So let's bring this one sort of over here, and then let's rotate them on the view here. Just rotate them a bit more. There we go. I got some nice pillows going on. Alright, let's just move them back. Okay, perfect. There we go. We've got some pillows. Now we can just sort of rotate them to where they fit. Make sure they're not floating here. So do a little rotate magic to make them fit. Alright, perfect. And let's bring this one down just like that. Should be fine. And now what we can do is just, you know, this is a clone, isn't it? Alright, we'll just do that, do a copy, and delete this one. We accidentally had it as an instance, so I want to be able to change the seed separately, so that our pillows are a bit different. And there we go. Now we've got our two pretty awesome pillows. Now the ones they have seem to be a bit more square, so we're just gonna square up our pillows, and maybe even actually just size them up a bit. There we go. And that should be very nice. So let's make those little gray blobs there. Another thing off our list. And actually what I'm going to do here, in my FFD, I'm going to go to the control points, and the left hand view, I'm just going to grab these bottommost ones, sort of. And let's see, I sort of want to bring the front of the pillow, well, maybe not those ones, maybe these ones. Just bring the front of the pillow down a bit. There we go. That should do it. Perfect. Okay. There we go. Let it be. And bam, we're done. So we've got our pillows all happy. Next, I figure we can probably work on this sheet. I'm not quite sure how to do that. I think I gotta do two separate things for the sheet. So, do we want to work on the sheet? How long? We've been 15 minutes in. We probably don't have enough time for a sheet. So I think what we're going to do instead is a little folder here on the top. So let's do a box. There's a folder on the table, and so that's what I think we're going to work on instead. So let's just make a little thing here, and we can assume basically 8.5 by 11. So let's do 85 by 1100 will give us the right size, and we can just scale that up to meet what we want. So that's probably about the size of whatever is going to be in here. Alright, perfect. Maybe bring the height down a bit. Alright, there we go. And let's convert to an editable poly. Do a connect here and just slide it all the way over here. Okay, right about there should be good. 97 or so. Grab this a little bit here and extrude. This is going to be kind of the spine of the book. And apply it and give it a nice tiny extrude back. And then we'll grab this thing, extrude this. This will be about probably 8.5. I'm sure is very close to it. Okay, now go to your vertex mode here. Just grab these and we can even them up. Okay. Next, let's just do a. It looks like there's some pretty thick files in there, so I don't quite know what it is, but we're gonna do some little boxes, I guess, that will make up our folder here. Okay, so whatever's in here is not a book. It's sort of like a big thick pages, almost like a catalog. So we're just gonna assume that it looks something like this. Okay. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. This is just sort of a, you know, I don't know, what do they call it? Something to take up space more than anything. We're actually going to just move this down a bit. We're going to grab these puppies and maybe maneuver them a bit closer together. Because they do have to fit inside of the binding. Just like that. If they're not perfect, that's fine. Alright, and then let's convert them to editable polys, and we'll slowly move the ends down. Okay, one at a time. And when I convert to editable poly, I immediately press 1 on the keyboard. What that does is it gets me into vertex mode. That way I can edit stuff. Right, perfect, now we've got our book. Let me see how it looks in the grand scheme of things. So our book probably needs to be a bit bigger. So let's just make it a bit thicker. Just like that. And bring it back up. Perfect. Looks like it would go about there. Alright, now this thing I think needs to go up a bit. Probably to about here. This needs to sort of move up to about here. The other one, it looks fine. Alright, perfect. Yeah, so that's the book, and I think what we can do just to make it easy here is Control A. Let's deselect the parts we don't need chamfered. So I'm basically deselecting all of the non-important corners. Those are all important. Alright, deselect, and that should be about it. Okay, so let's do a chamfer here. Very small chamfer. And that should do it. Just so when we do the reflections and such, it gives us a nice result. And you don't have to really worry about the pages so much. They'll be fine, I'm sure. So let's grab all this, group, and call this book. And let's slide it into position here, so it's sort of near the edge of the desk. Alright, and then probably just a bit tilted. We'll give it a, oh, that seems too much. Okay. 2-degree tilt or something. Be half of a degree, there we go. Right, also make sure you're saving this. Let us make this gray. Okay. And let's see. We need to tilt more. I think we need to tilt a little more. There we go. I just want to be able to see sort of the inside of the book there. Alright, well I'm going to say that will, actually let's just grab this. This has been bothering me. This thing is A, not centered. And B, I think it's too small, so we're just going to scale it up there a bit. And we'll also, we won't shrink it just yet, but we may have to later. Alright, so save again. Alright, that'll wrap it up for this part of the tutorial. So I'll see you in the next one. Happy modeling. Please make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later.